Hello, welcome back to the channel. Firstly, delighted with the win, of course. I've just got home from Vicarage Road myself. Lovely weather, which is always good at the football. A really odd one today. I've got to say, the atmosphere was very strange. I was walking to the ground in quite a negative mood, it has to be said. I think generally I'm quite a reactionary fan. So when things are going well, I'm very, very high. And when things are quite bad, I'm very, very low. I feel quite depressed. And that's how I felt walking to Vicarage Road today. The most enjoyable part of my pre-match was actually the Gregs I had before the game. And look, I was very concerned when the starting 11 come out. I'm sure most of you felt the same. Again, Paulo is so unpredictable with his 11s and the changes he makes. Today was a prime example of that. We had two right backs starting, Ngakia at left wing back, Jeremy Petrie at right wing back. We had both of our left backs in Boller and Wiley on the bench. Kayembe, one of the midfielders who, let's be frank, I dislike quite a lot, started the game alongside Lusa and Papa Mendy. And then Vivaldo Semedo, who up until this point had a pretty poor start to the season, was up front alongside Nestri Irankunda. So I was walking to the ground quite pessimistic anyway. And as soon as the game started, there was a few what you would call happy clappers around trying to support the team, but generally the stadium felt quite low. It felt like we were all expecting the inevitable to happen, really. And in the first 45, you could argue it did. Yes, Watford had some bright moments in the first half of today's match. Irankunda in particular was the real bright spark. But as soon as Hull City went ahead through Ollie McBurney, which was to be expected given the start to the season he has had, for me, at that point, I felt the writing was on the wall. Now, Watford ultimately did go on to secure all 3 points today. However, for me, and this is, of course, a wider conversation now, but I do think it may be delaying the inevitable. I do feel if we get to the international break and Paulo hasn't won both of his next two matches against Portsmouth and Oxford, I do think he'll be gone regardless. And I felt actually when Hull City scored and the Rookery started chanting "Sat in the morning," whilst it was quite funny at the time, I did feel bad for Paulo, regardless of the start to the season we have had, and regardless of what you think about Paulo. I do think it's unfair on him and actually unfair on the players trying to win the game when you start chanting "you're getting sacked in the morning." Sure, if you're playing an opposition team and they're in a poor run of form, absolutely go ahead and do that. But to do it to our manager and to our group of players who are trying to win the match, I felt maybe was slightly poor in taste. So yeah, that's what I have to say on that. When we went into halftime, again, I was very concerned. I spoke to my younger brother who sits in the lower Graham Taylor stand, and he was saying, "James, get him gone, get him sacked." He was saying, "Put William Schuster-Kong in charge," who was, of course, one of the guests at the match today. Great Watford defender. He's, of course, spending time out in the Middle East now, I believe, playing for some Saudi clubs. But yeah, I got to halftime, and I did feel ultimately, given what I'd watched in that first half, that Hull City would go on to win the game. They hit the post at one point as well, and if they had their shooting boots on, I felt they should have maybe been 2 or 3 goals up at the interval. But credit to Watford and credit to the players. I did feel we stepped it up, certainly, in that second 45. I thought 3 players in particular stood out to me in Imran Lusa, Vivaldo Semedo, and Jeremy Petrie. Imran Lusa, by the way, my goodness, what a fantastic footballer he is. He is so majestic to watch on the ball. Some of the touches he makes, the passes, the goal he scored as well, absolutely oozes quality. He is superb. So yeah, great to have Lusa back. We certainly missed him when he was suspended for them 3 games. And touching on his goal as well, it was great hold-up play actually by Vivaldo Semedo, who registered his first Watford assist today. He did really well in that moment, held up the ball, clipped a nice pass to Imran Lusa, who stuck the ball away with a powerful finish into the far corner past the Hull City goalkeeper. So delighted for Imran. Great hold-up play by Big old Vivaldo up front as well. And at that point, Watford got level. And I was happy. I was starting to feel a lot more positive and confident. And from that point onwards, Watford really got into their pomp. We felt like we were playing much more free-flowing, attacking football. We were utilising the width, I felt, much more effectively, both with Wiley down the left and Jeremy Petrie down the right. That was by far his best Watford performance so far. Outstanding, exactly what a wing-back should be. Countless dangerous crosses into the box. Matty Pollock got on the end of one of them towards the conclusion of the match as well. He hit the bar, and yeah, Jeremy Petrie, Vivaldo Semedo, Imran Louza, those were my three standout players today. And Vivaldo Semedo did get on the end of an Imran Louza cross to stick away his header, and he opened his Watford account as well. So all round, very pleased. As I said now, I think if Paulo does want to keep his job, at the very minimum, I mean, I say at the very minimum, he has to win the next two matches. I don't even think that's a question. I think Portsmouth clearly is a must-win, and Oxford at home next weekend is a must-win. If we fail to win both of them games, I do feel deep in my heart he'll be gone at the next international break. I just feel this season, with the squad we have, Bar, Iran Kunda, Georgie when fit, Wiley, Kiprianu, Vata, Luka Kiramgar, Doumbia, Duomo, all these quality players. We've got Kevin Caben, Egil Selvik. This group is going to be torn apart next summer. And ultimately, this could be our last chance at promotion for a very, very long time, which is why I want Watford to get the head coach correct. If they back Paulo, absolutely come out and give your support to him in some sort of statement, a vote of confidence, if you will. That's a saying in football. Or if you feel a change is needed, get it done straight away. It's not out of the question of possibility that he still gets sacked tomorrow. Gino Pozzo has done far worse in the past. So yeah, I think I'll leave it there. Congratulations to Semedo for scoring his first goal. Louza wonderful as always. And Jeremy Petrie actually proving me wrong down that right-hand side. He was superb in that wing-back role today. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below. We'll be back very soon with your Portsmouth match preview early next week. And of course, if any other Watford news breaks, we'll be covering that all here on YouTube and across our social platforms. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.